Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 5 Minutes for Fighting. I'm your host, Jesse Rowe, and I am joined by an incredible guest this week. I'm joined by Martin Nguyen from One Championship. How are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So the name of the game is 5 Minutes for Fighting. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. Once those 5 minutes are up, you're free to go. You ready to start?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
I'm going
sir.
to start the clock now. So, Martin, you're fighting Shamil Gasanov on February 24th. How do you see this fight playing out, and how do you feel about it going into it?
Yeah, I feel Shamil is gonna provide a lot of pressure. He's obviously got a good wrestling and grappling base, so he's gonna try to look to take me down, try to submit me and go from that. But I'm obviously looking to turn his lights out.
Yeah, he is undefeated. He's 9-0 at One Championship. So you're predicting he will be taking his first loss on the docket.
Murat Gafarov was once upon a time undefeated before I turned these lights out as well. So his record obviously is pretty impressive. Um, but yes, I feel that he'll be taking home his first L.
Love it. You are coming off of a tough loss to Ilya Freymov. What sort of adjustments have you made in the past few months since your last fight?
Um, Took the loss as a man. Didn't prepare well for Ilya Fermanov. Was very, very lazy. And I just kind of thought training was just training and not specifically training for a particular opponent like him. Um, Kind of had to cry my sorrows, eat my donuts, come back and prepare well for Shamil Gasanov. I'm here in Florida, have been for the last 8 weeks, and um, yeah, we're not taking any chances. Gonna make sure we prepare well and turn up to fight.
Yeah. So how do you see? So you mentioned you wanted to go back to Gasanov. You mentioned putting his lights out. Do you envision that this fight you're going to end this fight by knockout? Is that your official prediction?
By any means necessary.
Yeah. Well, I do remember, I'm old enough to remember that at one point or another, you were the first ever two-division champion at One Championship. And you did at one point or another try to become a three-division champion, but then you wanted to focus your efforts back on featherweight. Would you ever consider doing that again, trying the three-division championship?
Um, Going off my age, probably not.
Yeah,
It's one of those things that I've been there, done that,
right.
and it's like not cool anymore. So I'm just gonna move on and focus on myself and moving forward, focus on my family.
Fair enough. So to sort of change the subject, shift gears a little bit, One Championship is going to be making their long-awaited United States debut. I'm over here in the United States. Obviously, I know that you spent a lot of time in Australia, Australian base. Um, so Demetrious Johnson versus Adriano Moraes. Just first off, like, what does it mean to One Championship to be in the United States? And how do you see that fight playing out? That's a trilogy that everybody's anticipating. How do you see that fight playing out?
Um, Obviously a huge step for One Championship. Big congrats, Chachi doing big things, and it's always getting better and better. In terms of the DJ and Adriano Moraes fight, they're kind of one on one, and it's like one of those fights where um, you don't know who's going to win, and may the best man win. And I'm friends with both of them, but it's just one of those fights. I feel that like just this coming weekend's flyweight fight between Diego and Brendan Marino. It's just one of those fights that just I don't know. It's kind of like been there, done that. Yeah,
Right.
I don't really look there. Don't really care about it, to be honest.
I gotcha. It doesn't change anything for you
Yeah.
personally. Yeah, I gotcha.
But as a fan, I can see how exciting it is. Obviously, both of them being one on one, and it's the jewel it out to see who the best flyweight in the world is.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did. This is a kind of a strange question, but I'm sure you've heard that Jake Paul. He's a big boxer. He's making his transition into MMA. Obviously, it's with the PFL, but a video sort of went a little viral today of him training in jiu-jitsu. He's taking his
Oh,
first
really?
official like training into. He's probably been doing more training, but it sort of went viral this morning. What sort of advice do you have for him? Do you have any? What sort of tips would you give to Jake Paul in terms of the quickest way to learn jujitsu and the best way to learn it and
There
learn
is no
MMA?
quick way. There is
Right.
no quick way. You're just gonna have to put the time in, put the work in, and um, avoid the noise and just put the hard work in. But I'm sure. I know it's Jake Paul, YouTuber and all that. I'm sure he would have done a bit of wrestling throughout high school, college, or whatever.
Right.
Obviously, it wasn't as great, but you still somewhat have a base. And yeah, he is in boxing, and I'm pretty sure he's fought mixed martial arts before. So um, it's nothing new to him.
Right. But you think that jujitsu is going to be it's something that you got to put a lot of time into before it's something that he
Yeah,
can master, right?
100%, man, 100%. It's
Yeah.
just like him putting time in boxing and a guy coming from like a jiu-jitsu world turning boxing like you can't just learn it overnight. You just got to put the work in and hope for the best that you're decent at it.
Right. Well, the timer has gone off, but I do have one more question, because this is a fight
Sure.
that a lot of fight fans are anticipating. Obviously, it's in boxing, but you're known for your boxing skills in MMA. Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis. Who do you got in that fight? What's your
Yeah,
prediction for that
yeah.
one?
Now that's a side that excites me. I feel that Tank touches him up, to be honest.
You think Tank is gonna to take it?
Yeah, I think Tanky's going to touch him up. Obviously, Ryan Garcia, we know how fast he is, and with that left hook, he can put anyone's lights out. But Tank's a well experienced guy, and being coming from Southpaw as well, he hits pretty hard.
Yeah.
Against it, we've seen Garcia get dropped pretty hard by Southpaw, so we've got a guy that hits even harder. So.
Right, that's true. You just think Tank's just got a little too much power, and the southpaw stance is gonna be trouble for Garcia.
Probably. I'm sure Garcia will be preparing well, obviously with a high class team around him. But I don't know. I'm more excited as a fan to see these guys go at it finally. But
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Tank.
All right, fair enough. So we are out of time. So really quick, what is something? So on February 24th, you are fighting Shamil Gasanov. What is it that you think what are people going to be saying about you on February 25th? And what do you want for yourself after this fight? Is there anybody in mind, or are you just focusing on the present?
I'm just focusing on the present. Me, February 25th. People were talking about the knockout, or the fight itself. Whatever fight I'm in, it's always exciting. So
Yeah.
a lot of people will be talking, and we'll go on from that. And go from there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not joking. I did some research, and I went through your all your highlight reels, and every single fight is always a good fight for the fans. So it's going to be an exciting fight, and I'm looking forward to it. I will absolutely be watching, man. Best of luck.
Thanks, Jesse. Thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Hey, I'm rooting for you. All right. Take care.
Thank you, bro. Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye bye.
Peace. See ya.